For thousands of years, winter shaped life in North America more profoundly than any other season. Snow, ice, wind, and relentless cold turned the land into a test of endurance, and the indigenous peoples of the continent developed remarkable strategies to survive, adapt, and thrive in conditions that could change in a single night. Long before the arrival of Europeans, Native Americans understood winter not as a threat, but as a cycle, one that required preparation, observation, and deep respect for the natural world. As the first frost touched the ground, families began to shift into winter mode. Hunters scouted the land weeks in advance, studying animal movement and identifying where herds would gather once snow fell. They knew that bison would drift toward sheltered valleys, deer would seek cedar forests, and smaller animals would leave faint but readable tracks in fresh snow. Winter hunting demanded not speed, but patience. Hunters moved slowly, conserving energy, studying the direction of the wind, letting snowflakes settle on their clothing to mask their presence. Every breath had to be controlled because warm air could reveal a hunter's position in the cold morning air. Shelter became the center of survival. In the plains, families built earth lodges partially submerged in the ground, insulated with thick sod and hides that trapped heat. In the Northeast, longhouses were reinforced with extra layers of bark and woven mats. In the far north, snow itself became a building material, expertly shaped into igloos that used curved walls to trap warmth and reflect firelight. These structures were more than homes. They were engineering masterpieces built from the resources of the season. Inside, fire pits glowed softly, tools were repaired, clothing was sewn, and children learned essential winter skills from their elders. Food preservation was a science passed down through generations. Meat harvested in late autumn was smoked until it became lightweight and long-lasting. Berries were dried for winter medicines. Fish were frozen in blocks of ice and stored in cool pits beneath layers of snow. Nothing was wasted because winter demanded efficiency. Fat from animals was especially prized, providing high energy that kept hunters warm on long journeys. Even the bones were boiled into nutrient-rich broths that helped families endure long stretches of cold when game was scarce. Fire was life. Flint, quartz, pyrite, and carefully prepared tinder allowed people to start fires even in wet or freezing weather. Fire kept homes warm, dried clothing, cooked food, and acted as the heart of winter gatherings. Around the fire, hunters shared stories of past winters, tales of survival, heroism, and the delicate balance between people and the land. These stories were more than entertainment, they were lessons, teaching the younger generation how to read storms, how to identify safe ice, and how to navigate a world transformed by snow. Travel in winter required special tools. Snowshoes allowed hunters to walk across deep drifts, distributing their weight and preventing exhaustion. In the north, dog sleds carried supplies across frozen landscapes, gliding over ice at speeds impossible on foot. Thick clothing made from animal hides provided insulation superior to most modern fabrics, warm, breathable, and tailored to the needs of each region. The cold was not simply endured, it was anticipated and matched with technology refined through centuries of experience. Winter hunting brought its own challenges. Animals moved differently in the cold, their behavior shaped by hunger and the search for shelter. Hunters learned to follow the faintest signs, the direction a branch bent under a passing deer, the shallow scrape where a rabbit dug for food, the nearly invisible trail of a fox weaving between trees. In the Arctic, hunters waited silently beside the breathing holes of seals, sometimes for hours, listening for the faintest crack of ice that signaled a surfacing animal. In the forests, bow hunters tracked deer across silent snow, each step placed carefully to avoid startling prey in the stillness of winter. Community mattered more than ever during the cold months. Families shared food stores, firewood, and responsibilities. When one hunter succeeded, the entire group ate. When storms rolled in, everyone reinforced the shelters together. Winter forged unity, reminding every generation that survival depended not on individual strength alone, but on cooperation and knowledge shared openly. Even in the harshest storms, laughter, songs, and stories filled the shelters, reinforcing identity and resilience. Spiritual traditions also played a role in winter life. Many nations held ceremonies of gratitude for animals that sustained them and for the fire that protected them. Elders explained that winter was not an enemy, but a teacher, one that demanded humility, discipline, and awareness. The cold season sharpened the senses and strengthened the mind. It tested the body, but rewarded those who respected nature's rules. By the time spring returned, communities had grown stronger. Winter had revealed who was prepared, which strategies worked, and how well the group balanced courage with caution. As the snow melted and rivers cracked open, families stepped outside into a world renewed. But the lessons of winter traveled with them, carried in their skills, their stories, and their deep understanding of the land. Long before modern heating, insulated clothing, or food storage technologies existed, Native American nations mastered winter through observation, ingenuity, and harmony with their environment. Their methods were not temporary solutions, but sophisticated systems refined over countless generations. Today, the memory of those winters endures, not as a tale of suffering, but as a testament to human adaptability, intelligence, and respect for the natural world.
We turned, the spirits were generous.
Keep the strips thin, like the frost on the river.
Like this?
Yes, that will dry well.
Mind the edge, my child.
And the great deer gave himself to us, a gift for the long moon.
The deer give themselves to us, but only if we honor their spirit. And the great bear, his shadow, fell across the land.
Good warmth. Eggs.
And so the bear taught us patience, even in the deepest snows.
cold deeps, this fire is life.
Winter teaches us patience. Spring, how to build.
They will gather there soon.
For millennia, these lands have echoed with the thunder of bison hooves and the whisper of corn stalks in the wind. For the native peoples, this is not merely territory. It is a living entity, a cycle of life to which they are inextricably bound. From the perilous hunts across the endless plains to the quiet passing of ancient wisdom by the fire, every action is guided by a profound understanding of nature's laws. Here, knowledge is a legacy passed from hand to hand, how to craft an arrow, how to listen to the earth, how to survive. This is a world where humanity does not seek to conquer the elements, but learns to breathe in unison with them. And as the sun dips below the horizon, illuminating the smoke rising from the lodges, their story endures. A history written not on paper, but in the wind through the trees, and in the footprints left upon this eternal, untamed land.
Hold this steady.
Hold the pace. We can't buy the water tonight.
It grows well.
Almost there.
Like this. Feel the corn break.
This stew is excellent.
Get you.
Pull hard.
Almost ready for the rack.
We share these stories so our children will know our path.
come.
Tell us more, Elder.
Ah, the story of the Great Bear. It was a winter much like this one.
These are good.
Hold it steady.
This one goes here.
This one for the stomach, yes?
Hold firm, little brother.
And the river remembers, always.
And so, the first fire was given to us.
Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho.
This symbol, it tells of the great journey.
Hold it firm, like this. Feel the tension.
It takes patience.
The wind is good.
The harvest will be good.
Ready?
Almost.
Eat well, my child.
The river to the indigenous people, it was more than just a source of water. It was a vital lifeline. For centuries, the tribe lived in perfect rhythm with its flow. It fed them, it watered their lands, and it offered peace. It seemed this bond between man and nature would last forever. But nature is a beast that can never be truly tamed. With one violent shift, the provider turns into a ruthless destroyer. The earth gives way beneath their feet. Ancient trees snap like twigs. Everything built over generations now stands on the brink of annihilation. When the waters rise to your doorstep, there is no margin for error. Will ancient wisdom be enough to save the tribe from catastrophe, or will the raging current wash their legacy away? The battle against the elements starts right now.
The river. It moves.
Gather! The river changes!
It will come this way.
Careful with that!
Hold steady!
Stay here now. Inside.
Gather! Cut! Let's go! Move!
Careful! Hold it! We need more of the long stalks.
I have another bundle ready.
This mat is strong. It will hold the earth.
Hold it steady! The bank is collapsing! Get back!
Look! Fish!
The water flows strong here.
The deer will follow the water now.
Watch where you are splashing that mud. It slipped. This broom is too fast.
The fish will follow the new paths.
Hold it steady.
Here, by the bend. It flows well here.
This soil will be good.
Thank you, Creator, for the water and for our lives. We are grateful.
Eat, everyone. We are safe.
So many.
Watch me.
Clean water.
This spot feels firmer.
See how the water twists here, little one? It tells us where to step.
These are good, very strong.
We must build higher, here, where the ground holds firm against the new flow.
These are very large.
A great find for the village.
Spirit eggs, a gift to feed us.
Leave one. Payment to the river.
What did you find?
Oh, look at the size of them.
The river spirits have given us the biggest eggs ever seen.
Where did you find these?
Let me know, but...
If the spirits did not want us to eat, these would not have been found so easily.
It's stubborn.
So much.
It will feed many.
Careful now.
The smell is wonderful.
We may never want bird eggs again.
This is a fine meal. We are grateful for this gift.
This is good.
So much strength. A gift to be remembered.
This one took less wood.
What sort of creature lays eggs like these?
Look, I'm flying. Chirp, chirp.
We walked far, but many eggs were left. More for us.
Nothing that big comes without a cost.
The spirits would have stopped us.
The mother.
To the village! It is too strong! Use the ground! Not just strength! Push it back! Use the fire! Go! Away!
far, Mother. You come no closer. The eggs are ours now.
It's all right. We are home.
That was something.
She has gone, little one. Back to the river.
We have paid. Do not tempt fate again. Take them far. Bury them deep.
I am the crocodile! I stole the eggs! I stole the eggs!
The river belongs to more than just humans.
The berries are plentiful this year. Yes, a good harvest. A wolf! It's stealing our food!
Stop that dog!
This way.
Spirits bless that pup with speed.
He is close.
The pup is close. We must hurry.
The air, it's colder in there. I want that one in here.
Look at this place.
It goes on forever.
Look, it's so small. Here, it's Slift. Maybe we should adopt him as our new guide. Thank you, little one. This water. So cold. Enough for now. It stopped here. These are not our signs. The spirits, they sent this one. It stretches far. Look there, near the rocks. Yes, and the stream is high here. A good place for deer. Good earth. A good catch! Just like the ones at home. Someone lived here long ago. Old, very old. This way back. This way back. Good hunt. Good hunt. Many gifts. Many gifts.
Where did these come from?
And the pup led us, Elder, to a place of true abundance.
Here, little one.
A new path has been shown to us.
We must act now.
Spirits of the plains, hear us. Calm her fear.
Sideways, not forward. We pull it clear.
Spirits, hold. Pull harder. It's moving. Keep pulling. Hold it.
Pull! Together!
Bring the fire! Quickly!
Pull! Now!
Careful! The ice is breaking! We have to move now!
Wait. Just a little longer.
catches.
Gently now.
More wood, slowly. Keep the warmth in.
You are strong, little one. The danger has passed. Rest now.
It lives. Yes, it will be well.
Look at the mammoths! They are so large!
Earth memories. The spirits themselves must have guided us today. The ice groaned, but we pulled, and it was free.
Long before the first cities of the Old World rose into the sky, North America was already home to countless indigenous nations, each shaped by the rhythm of the land. For thousands of years, native peoples adapted to forests, plains, deserts, and icy coastlines, mastering every environment they inhabited. Their story is not simply one of hardship, but of innovation, resilience, and a relationship with nature that guided every decision and every generation. As the last ice age faded, small bands of families moved across the continent, following mammoths, bison, and ancient horses. They explored rivers that stretched beyond the horizon and forests so dense that sunlight barely touched the ground. These early travelers carried only what they could craft with their hands: stone blades, wooden spears, woven baskets, yet they built a foundation for all cultures that would follow. On the Great Plains, the world seemed endless. Here, bison herds thundered across thousands of kilometers, and indigenous nations learned to read every sound, every track, and every shift in the wind. The hunt was a test of knowledge, predicting the herd's movement, using the terrain to their advantage, and choosing the moment that honored both the animal and the community. Every part of the bison supported life. Hides became teepees and clothing, bones became tools, and meat sustained entire families. Communities traveled with the seasons, building a lifestyle that blended mobility with deep-rooted traditions. Far to the east, the forests created a different kind of world. Rivers connected villages like ancient highways, and the land provided fish, deer, wild plants, and fertile soil. Here developed one of the greatest agricultural systems of the ancient Americas. The Three Sisters: corn, beans, and squash, plants that nourished countless communities. Longhouses built from wood and bark stretched like living archives, containing multiple generations of families. Councils gathered to resolve conflicts, strengthen alliances, and organize trade journeys that extended from the Great Lakes to the Atlantic coast. In the deserts of the Southwest, survival required remarkable ingenuity. The ancestral Puebloans built multi-story dwellings from adobe and stone, some carved directly into canyon walls. These structures were engineered to remain cool in the heat and warm during cold desert nights. To farm in such a dry climate, they constructed irrigation canals that carried precious water from mountain streams to their fields. Their pottery, intricate weaving, and celestial knowledge reflected a deep understanding of both land and sky. Along the Pacific Northwest coast, life followed the rhythm of the tides. Massive cedar trees became the source of carved canoes, wooden houses, and towering totem poles. The ocean provided salmon, shellfish, and seals, supporting large, complex societies. Totem poles rose above coastal villages, carved with symbols representing ancestry, history, and the bonds between people and nature. These communities developed rich artistic and ceremonial traditions shaped by the forests and the sea. Despite the distance between regions, native nations were never isolated. A vast network of trade routes connected the entire continent. Obsidian blades from the west, copper from the Great Lakes, turquoise from the southwest, and seashells from the Atlantic traveled through generations of skilled traders. With every exchanged object came ideas, technologies, and stories, weaving a continental tapestry of cultural exchange. Life moved with the seasons. Winter demanded shelter, fire, and careful preservation of food. Spring brought renewal, fresh plants, migrating animals, and preparations for hunting and planting. Summer offered abundance: fishing, farming, building, and gathering. Autumn marked the time to prepare for the cold months ahead. This cycle shaped daily life for centuries, grounding people in both survival and tradition. Knowledge was preserved through spoken stories. Elders taught children the paths of the animals, the names of the stars, the rules of respect for the land, and the meaning behind each ceremony. These stories were more than tales. They were practical instructions for life. Every river held lessons, every mountain carried memory, and every valley contained the traces of those who had walked it before. By the time Europeans arrived, more than 500 indigenous nations lived across North America, each with its own language, architecture, technologies, and worldview. These societies were diverse, sophisticated, and deeply connected to their environments. They built communities, governments, innovations, and cultural identities as rich and complex as any in the world. Today, Native American nations continue to preserve their traditions, protect their lands, and carry forward the knowledge of thousands of years. Their legacy lives on in their languages, in their stories, and in the enduring relationship between people and the natural world.
From the great water.
Safe travels. We are ready to trade when you are.
The journey was long, but we brought much.
Careful with the sinew, my son. It must be tight.
Slowly. Let the wood tell you.
The sinew is strong.
And the river remembers, always.
Peak in a scene, it watches over us. And that is how the first people learned to speak with the wind.
Feel the pull, son. Steady your breath.
This one, child, it brings strength to the spirit.
Look up, my children. Our stories are written among the stars.
Good harvest. The soil is rich.
For thousands of years before written history, the people of North America lived by reading the land with extraordinary precision. Every valley, every river, every shadow on the plains carried information that could mean survival. Long before agriculture took root, hunting shaped not only daily life, but entire cultures. It was the center of movement, technology, family roles, migration routes, and spiritual identity. Across the continent, children were raised to observe the smallest details of the environment: the bend of grass pressed by a passing elk, the shifting winds that carried a herd's scent, the silence that falls over a forest moments before a predator appears. Hunting was not merely pursuit. It was a lifelong education written into the rhythms of nature. On the Great Plains, hunting became an art of strategy and endurance. Before the arrival of horses, hunters tracked bison on foot for days, learning the herd's patterns, its reactions, and the safest distance to approach. Groups coordinated silently, using the terrain to their advantage: a slope to hide their approach, a bend in the land to funnel the herd, a sudden burst of movement to start the run. When the moment came, hunters released spears tipped with obsidian, bone, or flint, weapons crafted with such care that each blade carried hours of work. Every successful hunt meant life for the entire community, and every part of the animal was used with purpose and respect. The hide became shelter, the bones became needles and scrapers, the sinew became bowstrings, and the meat was dried into long-lasting food that sustained families through winter. Nothing was wasted, for the hunter and the hunted belonged to the same circle of life. In the dense forests of the East, hunting required a different kind of knowledge: patience, silence, and the ability to track through thick brush where visibility narrowed to a few meters. Deer, turkey, and black bear were essential sources of food and material. Hunters moved with near soundless steps, placing their feet on moss, roots, or stones to avoid cracking leaves. They carried bows made from hickory or ash, flexible wood that delivered power even in humid conditions. Hunters blended into the environment so completely that animals often passed within arm's reach. Tracking was an intellectual challenge, reading claw marks on trees, examining the shape of hoof impressions, following broken twigs that revealed direction. Every hunt was a dialogue with the forest, one built on memory, sensitivity, and respect for the balance between taking and giving. In the far north, hunters faced some of the most unforgiving conditions on Earth. The Inuit and other Arctic peoples developed tools found nowhere else: the harpoon, the kayak, the dog sled. They hunted seals breathing through small holes in the ice, waiting motionless in sub-zero temperatures, listening for the faintest sound of movement beneath the frozen surface. Walrus and caribou provided food, skins, and tools essential to survival. A single successful hunt could support an entire community through long stretches of winter darkness. Here, hunting meant mastering not only animals, but ice, storms, and wind. In the deserts of the Southwest, hunters adapted to sparse resources and intense heat. Rabbits, deer, and bighorn sheep were pursued across rocky cliffs and arid basins. Hunters carried lightweight throwing sticks and atlatls, spear throwers that increased distance and power. Tracking became a test of endurance, reading faint prints on dry soil, noticing disturbed stones, or identifying the direction of a herd through subtle changes in plant growth. Water sources determined migration routes, both for animals and for the people who followed them. On the Pacific Northwest coast, hunting extended into the ocean. Communities relied on massive cedar canoes to travel far into open waters in search of sea lions, seals, and salmon. Hunters learned to read waves, currents, and the behavior of migrating fish. Spears with detachable harpoon heads were crafted to anchor into the animal until it tired. The ocean provided such abundance that complex societies formed along the coastline, built on fishing, hunting, and deep spiritual connection to marine life. Across all regions, the hunt was more than a pursuit for food. It shaped identity, ceremony, and belief. Before a hunt, some communities performed rituals of purification or offered thanks to the spirits of the animals. Children learned to handle tools with care and saw the hunt as a responsibility, not a conquest. The land was not something to dominate. It was a living partner. Hunters understood that overhunting threatened future generations, so they followed seasonal patterns, leaving herds to regenerate and landscapes to recover. Even when agriculture, trade, and permanent settlements expanded across the continent, hunting remained central. It unified families, provided security, and connected people to their ancestors. The skills passed down through storytelling carried thousands of years of accumulated knowledge that preserved balance between human life and the natural world. When Europeans arrived, they encountered societies with deep scientific understanding of animal behavior, ecosystems, and sustainable resource management. Knowledge built not from textbooks, but from continuous observation and intimate participation in the environment. Today, indigenous communities across North America continue to preserve these traditions. Hunting remains a cultural practice, a source of identity, and a way to maintain the same relationship with the land that sustained ancestors for millennia. It is a living legacy of skill, respect, and harmony, a reminder that survival has always come not from domination, but from understanding the world with patience, humility, and deep connection.
See the shift?
Water ahead.
Hold it steady.
From the north, with thee.
The elk follow the river here, then turn north.
Good meat from the last hunt.
And so, the spirit of the deer guides our hands.
Listen for the currents.
Warm now.
See how the weight shifts here?
Steady hand, like so.
The great hunter saw the path of the stars mirrored in the hoofprints of the bison.
Listen to the forest, son. It speaks.
The wind whizzed the wisdom of the ancestors.
The land provides, as it always has.